Century79 here, and welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Deer Days. Alright then, let's get started. Pressing the A button now. Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, off to the edit deck menu. And now in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making one for is a Keter Sanctuaries, Apex Ruler Bastion, D-BT06. And I'm going to be using this Keter Sanctuaries, Apex Ruler Bastion, D-Booster 4 deck as the base of the deck I'm going to build. Okie dokie, let's get started. Going to select deck, entering edit deck, and off we go. Here we are in the edit deck menu, and like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building in today's deck profile video is a Keter Sanctuaries, Apex Ruler Bastion deck, made up of cards only available up until D-Booster 6. So first, let's go to the filter settings and to pack, show only cards from D-Booster 1, Genesis of the 5 Greats, D-Booster 2, A Brush with the Legends, D-Booster 3, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-Booster 4, Awakening of Chakrabarti, D-Booster 5, Triumphant Return of Brave Heroes, Festival Collection 2021, Festival Collection 2022, Roll Pack number 1, and last but not least, the D-Booster 6, Blazing Dragon Reborn. And applying filter. Alrighty, let's start with the Grade 4 lineup. For the Grade 4s of this deck, we are playing the Grade 4 Apex-surpassing Sword Bastion Prime. Skills for skill, continuous as a Vanguard. During your turn, all of your units gets plus 2000 power. And the second skill, auto as a Vanguard, once per turn. At the end of the battle, your drive check revealed a Grade 3 or greater card. Cost, put a card with Bastion in its card name from your hand or soul into your drop. If the cost is paid, stand all of your Grade 3 rear guards and they get plus 10,000 power until end of turn. So for Bastion Prime, he's the main Grade 4 to ride his deck with his skills of first skill. Just by being in the Vanguard, Bastion Prime gives all frontal units, Vanguard and rear included, a little extra power to work with. And the second skill, just by revealing a Grade 3 or greater card in your drive check, by paying the cost, you can restand all Grade 3 rear guards in your field and give it plus 10,000 power, making it easier to possibly pressure finish off the opponent with the additional attack and critical and powers. Alrighty, the Grade 4 Apex-surpassing Sword Bastion Prime. We got 4 in the deck, leaving it that way, and that just covers the deck's Grade 4 lineup. Now let's get on to the Grade 3 lineup. For the Grade 3s of this deck, we are playing Right deck, Grade 3, Apex Ruler Bastion, skills for skill, continuous as a Vanguard. During your turn, all of your Grade 3 units gets plus 2000 power. And second skill, auto as a Vanguard, once per turn. At the end of the battle that your drive check revealed a Grade 3. Cost, discard a card from your hand. If the cost has been paid, choose one of your rear guards, stand it, and it gets plus 10,000 power until end of turn. So for Bastion, it's the main Grade 3 to ride his deck. Its skills the first skill. Just by being your Vanguard, all Grade 3s in your field, Vanguard and rear included, get plus 2000 power. And the second skill, after drive checking a Grade 3 in your battle phase, by paying the cost, you can restand a rear guard to attack again with plus 10,000 power, making the second skill a good way to increase the pressure or potentially finish off your opponent with the additional attack plus power. Alright, the Grade 3 Apex Ruler Bastion, we got 4 in the deck, 1 in the right deck. We're taking 3 out, leaving 1 in the right deck. That should do it. And next up, the Grade 3 Knight of Broadaxe Reflute. Skill, action as a rear guard. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your Grade 3 rear guards, and it gets plus 10,000 power until end of turn. So for Reflute, a pretty powerful Grade 3 unit to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks, especially for Bastion. For its skill, not only can you build up your soul for later Soul Blast, but to also give your other rear guards in the field more power to work with. And okay, the Grade 3 Knight of Broadaxe Reflute. We have 4 in the deck, 4 is enough. And next up, the Grade 3 Grand Heavenly Sword Alden, skills for skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the rear guard circle, cost Counterblast 2 and Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, choose a card from your hand and call it to rear guard. If you call a grade 3, draw 2 cards. Any second skill, auto is a rear guard. When this unit attacks, if you have 3 or more grade 3 units, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until end of turn. So for Alden, another powerful grade 3 to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks, especially for the Bastion decks. For its skill, the first skill, just by calling it to the rear guard and paying the cost, depending on what card you superior call of this skill, it's possible to draw 2 cards to increase your hand size for offensive and defensive purposes. And the second skill, with this second skill, as long as you've got 3 more grade 3 units, including itself and your Vanguard, as well as other rear guards in the field, your Alden can then serve as a potential 18,000 point attacker for the front row. And alright then, the grade 3 Grand Heavenly Sword Alden, we got 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. And next up, the grade 3 Knight of War Damage Fasado, skills for skill, continuous as a rear guard. This unit cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects, and second skill, auto as a rear guard. When this unit attack hits, counter charge 1 and soul charge 1. So for Fasado, a powerful grade 3 to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks, especially for your Bastion decks. For its skill, the first skill, this first skill can more or less serve like a potential pseudo resist ability for your Fasado. For just being up on the rear guard, it cannot be targeted by opponent card effects, so your Fasado and the rear guard is then safe from skills that retire, bind, lock, return the deck, return the hand, or any skills that really target your rear guards. And the second skill, just by landing a successful attack on either the opponent's Vanguard or rear guard, not only can you refund your counterblast for their skills, but to also build up your soul for their soul blasts. And okie dokie, the grade 3 Knight of War Damage Fasado, we're putting 3 into the deck. 3 is enough. And next up, the grade 3 Set Order, Pride to Protect, skills for skill order. After a set order is played, put into your order zone, play of a cost of, discard a card from your hand. If the cost is paid, second skill, continuous from the order zone. All of your grade 3 rear guards get boost. So for Pride to Protect, another powerful order card to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks, especially for Bastion. For its skill, second skill, just by having this order card in your order zone, your grade 3 rear guards can boost, giving you some additional power to potentially pressure or finish off your opponent's whiff. And alrighty, the grade 3 Pride to Protect, we got 3 in the deck, taking 1 out, only playing 2. And next up, the grade 3 Heavenly Arrow Short Hit Sparare, skills for skill, auto from the rear on the front row rear guard circle. When this unit stands by your Vanguard's ability, cost Soul Blast 2. If the cost is paid, draw a card. Second skill, continuous from the back row rear guard circle. During your turn, all of your other rear guards in the same column as this unit give us 5,000 power. So for Sparare, a powerful grade 3 to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks, especially for Bastion. For its skills, the first skill, just by being on the front row rear guard circle when restood by Vanguard ability, as long as you're willing to pay the cost of Soul Blast 2, you can restock your hand of more cards. Any second skill, just by being on the back row rear guard circle, your Sparare can then give additional power boost to your front row rear guards. And so for the grade 3 Heavenly Arrow Short Hit Sparare, we have 3 in the deck. 3 should be enough. And next up, the grade 3 Heavenly Blade of Vow Fleet. Not playing this card anymore, taking it out. Next, the grade 3 Heavenly and Classic Dragon Embrace Dragon. Not playing this card anymore, taking it out. And next, we're putting in for the grade 3 lineup. What other good cards should we put in the grade 3 lineup? Let's see. How about the grade 3 Heavenly Command Dragon, Exilute Dragon, skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the rear guard circle, if you have a Vanguard Bastion as card name, cost Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1. If the cost is paid, search your deck for up to 1 Bard of the Heavenly Instrument Latente, call to rear guard in the same column as unit, and shuffle your deck. So for Exilute Dragon, it's a support card for the Bastion deck. For its skill, just by calling to the rear guard while Bastion is your Vanguard, by paying the cost, you'll be able to superior call a Lutente from your deck straight to your rear guard to later potentially boost with. And so that's fine. The grade 3 Heavenly Command Dragon, Exilute Dragon, we are putting in 3 into the deck. 3 is enough. And with that, the grade 3 lineup is done. Now let's get on to the grade 2 lineup. For the grade 2s of this deck we are playing, right deck, grade 2, Knight of Heavenly Spear Rooks, skill for skill, auto, when this unit is rolled upon by Apex ruler Bastion. Cost, reveal 3 grade 3 cards from your hand. If the cost is paid, draw a card. Second skill, continuous as a rear guard during your turn. If you have 3 or more grade 3 units, this unit gets boost plus 5,000 power as well. So for Rooks, it's the main grade 2 to run this deck. The skill, the first skill, just by writing Bastion on top of it, as long as you can pay the cost, you can restock your hand with more cards. Any second skill, as long as the conditions of the skill are met, your Rooks can serve as a potential 15,000 point booster from the back row. And alrighty, the grade 2, Knight of Heavenly Spear Rooks, we have 1 in the right deck, leaving it that way. And with that, the grade 2 lineup is done. Now it's time to go to the grade 1 lineup. For the grade 1s of this deck we are playing, right deck, grade 1, hold on. Right deck, grade 1, Knight of Heavenly Sword Fort, skills for skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon by Knight of Heavenly Spear Rooks, cost, reveal 2 grade 3 cards from your hand. If the cost is paid, reveal the top card of your deck. Call to rear guard if it's a unit card, put it into a drop if it isn't. Second skill, action as a rear guard once per turn. Cost, counterblast 1. If the cost is paid, choose one of your grade 3 Vanguards, and it gets us 5,000 power until end of turn. So for Fort, it's the main grade 1 to ride this deck. If its skill is the first skill, just by writing Rooks on top of Fort, as long as you can pay the cost, you have the chance to disappear, call the top card of your deck to serve as a potential front row attacker, back row booster, or rear guard of a skill you wish to take advantage of later on. And the second skill, just by paying the cost, you can give more power to your Vanguard to make it more likely to pressure or finish off your opponent with. And okie dokie, the grade 1, Knight of Heavenly Sword Fort. We have 1 in the right deck, leaving it that way. And next up, the grade 1, Aegis Mare Dragon, Sentinel, Perfect Guard, skills for skill, continuous Sentinel, second skill, auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle. If your hand has 2 more cards, choose a card from your hand and discard it. So for Aegis Mare, it's a perfect guard for the Keter Sanctuary Nation. Like any other perfect guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When used to guard with and discarding a card from your hand, you can block 1 enemy attack. But it also features an ability unique to all D standard format perfect guards. When used to guard with while you have less than 2 cards in hand, you will not have to pay the usual discard 1 cost, making Aegis Mare a potential no-cost perfect guard in desperate last resort situations. And affirmative, the grade 1, Aegis Mare Dragon, we have 4 in the deck, taking 1 out, only playing 3. And next up, the grade 1s we're putting in this deck are... The next grade 1 we're putting into the deck is... Here, the grade 1, Blitz Order, Elementaria Sanctitude, skills for skill, continuous Sentinel. You may only have up to 4 cards of continuous Sentinel in a deck. Second skill, continuous, you may only have up to 1 Elementaria Sanctitude in the deck. Third skill, order, if your opponent's Vanguard has triple drive, this ability can be played without paying the cost. Plays at a cost of, discard a card from your hand. If your Vanguard is grade 3 or less, if the cost is paid, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle, remove this card. So for Elementaria Sanctitude, it's the Blitz Order version of the Perfect Guard. Like any other Perfect Guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When activated, by paying the cost of discarding 1 card from your hand, you can block 1 enemy attack. But ideally, Elementaria Sanctitude is a potential no-cost perfect guard against opponents' 2-blade decks that specialize in having a Vanguard of triple drive, for example, grade 4s, or Vanguards that increase their drive checks by skills and card effects. With this Blitz Order, it can serve as a potential no-cost perfect guard against such opponents. And alright, then the grade 1 Elementaria Sanctitude, we are putting 1 into the deck, there we go. And next, for the grade 1s in this deck we are putting in, let's see. The next grade 1 we are putting in is... Let's see, the grade 1 we're putting into the deck is... Here, the grade 1, Bard of the Heavenly Instrument, Lutente, skill, auto as a rear guard. When this unit boosts a grade 3 or greater unit, if you have a Vanguard Bastion is card name, this unit gets us 5,000 power until end of turn. So for Lutente, it's another support card for the Bastion deck. Its skill, just by boosting a grade 3 unit while Bastion is your Vanguard, your Lutente can serve as a potential 13,000 point booster from the back row. So like I mentioned before in the grade 3 lineup, Lutente is the card that is called by the grade 3. Exilute Dragon. So Lutente and Exilute Dragon are a pair whose skills can combo each other. Exilute can call Lutente from your deck, and then Lutente's skill can serve as a 13,000 point booster for Exilute Dragon. And alrighty, the Great One, Bard of the Heavenly Instrument Lutente, we are putting into the deck 3. Yep, 3 is enough. And with that, the Great One lineup is done. Now it's time to get on to the Grade 0 lineup. For the Grade Zeros of this deck, we are playing Right deck, Grade 0, Knight of Heavenly Bow base, skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon, if you went second, draw a card. So for base, he's the starting unit of his deck. With his skill, like any other starting unit in the D standard format, he features the same skill and activation. When we're in the top up, while you're the second to go in the game, you get to draw a card. And alright, the Grade 0, Knight of Heavenly Bow base, we are having one in the right deck, leaving it that way. And now it's time to go to the trigger lineup. For the triggers of this deck, we are playing the Grade 0, Blade Feather Dragon, critical trigger, skill, auto as a regard. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units, and it gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. So for Blade Feather, it's a powerful critical trigger to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. For its skill, after boosting the attack, regardless if the attack hits or not, as long as you don't mind moving Blade Feather from your rear guard to your soul, not only can you build it your soul for later soul blast, but to also give the remaining attackers on the field, Vanguard or rear guard, a little extra power to work with. And okay, the Grade 0 Blade Feather Dragon critical trigger, we have 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the Grade 0 Bard of Heavenly Song Alpec front trigger, not playing her anymore, taking her out, and in her place we are putting in the Grade 0, Knight of Heavenly Hammer Gargant critical trigger. We are putting 3 into the deck. 3 is enough already. Next up, the Grade 0 Protection Magic Farabi, draw trigger, skill, continues as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. So for Farabi, a powerful draw trigger to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. For its skill, when used to guard with while the conditions of the skill are met, your Farabi can serve as a potential 10,000 point shield on her own. Okie dokie, the Grade 0 Protection Magic Farabi, draw trigger, we have 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. And next up, the Grade 0 Healer of Heavenly Staff Arshis, heal trigger, not playing her anymore, taking her out, and in her place we are putting in the Grade 0, here, the Grade 0 Invigorate Sage, heal trigger, skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, if your opponent's attacking unit has attacked 2 or more times this turn, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. Active if this battle is its second attack this turn or more. So for Invigorate Sage, a powerful heal trigger to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. For its skill, when used to guard with while the conditions of the skill are met, your Invigorate Sage can then serve as a potential 25,000 point shield on its own. Ideally, Invigorate Sage is a counter heal, best played against opponents who play decks that specialize in restanding and attacking multiple times with their units, either their Vanguard or rear guard. And alrighty then, the Grade 0 Invigorate Sage heal trigger, we are putting into the deck 2 pieces. Yep, 2 should be enough. And next up, the Grade 0 Hardiness Tier Sorceress, heal trigger, skill, auto. When this unit is put in the Guardian Circle, if the attacking unit's critical is 2 or greater, and its critical is increased by a non-trigger effect ability, or its original critical is 2 or greater, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. Silver Hardiness Tier Sorceress, another powerful heal trigger to play in your Keter Sanctuary Nation decks. For her skill, when used to guard with while the conditions of the skill are met, your Hardiness Tier Sorceress could then serve as a potential 25,000 point shield on her own. Ideally, Hardiness Tier is a counter heal, best played against opponents who play decks that specialize in increasing their attacking unit's critical, Vanguard or rear guard by skill or card effect. And affirmative, the Grade 0 Hardiness Tier Sorceress heal trigger, we are putting in 2 into the deck. 2 is enough. And last but not least, the Grade 0 Light Dragon Deity of Honors Amatonia over trigger. Skill trigger, additional effect. Until end of turn, you can also perform drive checks for the battles your rear guards attack. So for Amatonia, it's the over trigger for the Keter Sanctuary Nation. Like any other over trigger in the Cardfight Vanguard training card game, it features the same skill and activation. When revealed during a drive check or damage check, you get to get 100 million power and draw a card. But Amatonia also has an ability unique to it alone. revealed during a drive check on your turn. Until end of turn, your rear guards can also perform drive checks when they attack, thus giving you the chance to potentially pressure finish off your opponent with the increased chances of getting a trigger, or to make it easier to survive your next turn by getting more cards from the additional drive checks to your hand to guard with. And alrighty then, the Grade 0, Light Dragon, D-Deep Honors, Amritonia, over trigger. We have one in the deck, leaving it that way, and with that, the deck has been built. Cardfight explained, so just save the deck. Override deck being built, yes. And for the cards in this deck, we are playing 4 Grade 4, Apex-surpassing Sword, Bastion Prime. 1 Grade 3, Apex Ruler Bastion. 4 Grade 3, Knight of Rod Axe, Reflute. 4 Grade 3, Grand Heavenly Sword Alden. 3 Grade 3, Knight of War Damage, Pasado. 2 Grade 3, Pride to Protect. 3 Grade 3, Heavenly Arrow Short Hit, Sparare. 3 Grade 3, Heavenly Command Dragon, Exolute Dragon. 1 Grade 2, Knight of Heavenly Spear Rooks. 1 Grade 1, Knight of Heavenly Sword Fort. 3 Grade 1, Aegismere Dragon. 1 Grade 1, Elementaria Sanctitude. And 3 Grade 1, Bard of the Heavenly Instrument, Lutente. And 1 Grade 0, Knight of Heavenly Bow Base, starting unit. And for the trigger line of this deck, we are playing 7 critical triggers, 4 draw triggers, 4 heal triggers, and finally 1 over trigger, Amritonia. Okie dokie, the deck has been built. Cardfight explained. Now it's time to test out the deck, so let's leave the edit deck menu and return to main menu, off to the fight menu, and to select CPU fight. Selecting the deck I just built, the Keter Sanctuaries, Apex Ruler Bastion, D-BT06 deck. Selecting deck and choosing an opponent. For the opponent I'm going to test it out on, I'm using it against Dark States, Danji Momoyama, normal difficulty, and select. And the battle begins. Let's get started. We are entering the fight, and now we're gonna decide who goes first. Alrighty then, let's begin. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissors to paper, I win, going first. Not too bad. Draw our starting hands. Draw, I got 1 Lutente, 1 Exolute, a Gurgant, a Pride to Protect, and a Perfect Guard. Whoa, not bad. Alrighty, gonna return Lutente and the critical back, holding on to Exolute, Pride to Protect, and the Perfect Guard. Redraw. I got a critical and Pasado. Sweet. My turn, I draw. I ride from the right deck, Knight of Heavenly Sword Fort. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding 1 heal trigger, Hardening the Steel Sorceress, discard, and ride Fort. And that's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. My opponent is going to ride to the Great One, Diabolos Mad Steve. Max skill, he draws a card, and Steve's skill, Soul Charge 1. He Soul Charges a Grade 2, alright. He plays Order card, Brother Soul, Soul Charging 2. And he Soul Charged a two Grade 3s out of his deck, alright. 14,000 power to the Vanguard, gonna take it, no guard. He drive checks. Front trigger, come on. Power to the front row, and 1 damage to me, here it comes. Ow! Damage check. No trigger and a Grade 4, come on. 18,000 power to the Vanguard, I can't afford to take too much damage, so I guard with Blade Feather Dragon, 23,000, and the attack is blocked. And cut. Shink. Safe. End of my opponent's turn. It's my turn. I draw. My over trigger came out. Come on. What rotten luck. Fine, then I'm gonna ride from the right deck. Knight Heavenly Spear Rooks. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding 1 Heavenly Command Dragon, Excellent Dragon, discard, and ride Rooks. Skill of Fort, reveal up to 2 grade 3s in my hand. I reveal Fasado and Pride to Protect, and Superior Call, the top card of my deck. It's, yes, Alden, a grade 3. Superior Call, Alden to the rear guard, calling. That should do it, and now let's go to the battle phase. First up, Rooks. My Rooks attacks the Vanguard, 10,000. The attack goes through, dry check. Grade 3 Fasado, okay I guess, so 1 damage to my opponent, Pierce, damage check. Critical trigger, come on. First a front and a critical, and my over trigger left the deck as well. What rotten luck today. Whatever, Alden attacks the Great One rear guard Stephanie, 13k, the attack goes through, and slash. 1 rear guard down, 1 less to worry about. End of my turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent rides the Grade 2, Richard. Richard's skill, Mat to the Soul, and draw. He calls Lyle and Tigra. Not good for me, I have no cards to guard with, gotta take the attacks, no guard. Out! Damage check, come on, draw trigger. Perfect guard, come on. And here comes Vanguard, Vanguard. No guard, take the hit. Drive check. No trigger, great 1. So 1 damage. Out! Damage check. Yes! Critical trigger! That was a close one. All affects the Vanguard, and now the remaining rear guard cannot attack. And end of my opponent's turn, my turn. Stand and draw. I drew the Great 4 Bastion. Finally something good. I'm gonna ride from the right deck, Apex Ruler Bastion. For the right deck cost, I'm discarding. Let's see. I need to reveal grade 3s. That means the grade 4 is not counted. I gotta hold on to 3 grade 3s in my hand, no choice. I'm gonna discard the Perfect Guard, Aegis Dragon, discard, and ride Bastion. Next skill of Rooks. I reveal 3 grade 3s in my hand. I reveal Pride to Protect and my 2 Fasados. Reveal and draw 1 card. Draw. Yes, another grade 3. Now I play the order card, Pride to Protect, discard a grade 3 Fasado from my hand, and set order. Now I'm going to move, I call Fasado to the rear guard over here, and I think I'm gonna call 1 more Fasado over here. Yep, that should be enough. Now on to battle phase. First up, Alden attacks the unboosted, attacks the rear guard. Lyle, 15k, Alden skill plus 5,000 power, and 20k to the rear guard. The attack goes through, and slash! 1 rear guard down, 1 less to worry about. Now here comes Bastion attacking the Vanguard for 15k. The attack goes through, twin drive, first check. No trigger, grade 3, I can activate my restand skill, second check. Another grade 3, okay I guess, so slash, 1 damage to the opponent, damage check, no trigger, alrighty. Now here comes Bastion's skill, discard 1 card from my hand, I'm discarding Rap Flute, and restand Alden, plus 10,000 power. Now Fasado attacks the rear guard Keter, the attack goes through, and slash! Fasado's skill, nothing to counter charge, but I soul charge. A grade 4 into the soul, not bad I guess. Now, boosted by Fasado, Alden attacks the Vanguard for 45,000 power. Alden's skill, plus 5,000 more power, that's a total of 50,000 power. No guard, and slash! 1 damage to the opponent, damage check. No trigger, grade 1, safe. And that's the end of my turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent rides the grade 3 Diabolos Violence Bruce. He calls to the rear guard, calling. Oh, that's a lot. Vanguard to Vanguard. No guard, take the hit. Drive check first. No trigger, grade 2, safe, and second check. Come on, nothing. Ah, front trigger, come on. Power to the front row, and 1 damage to me. Here it comes. Ow! Damage check, come on, draw trigger. Yes, draw trigger, just what I needed. All effects to Vanguard, and I draw 1 card. I drew a grade 4. Rear guard to Vanguard for 31,000 power. No guard can take it. Ow! Damage check, come on, heal. Nope, grade 1, nothing. Now here comes 23,000 power from the rear guard. No choice, I grab the over trigger, Amatonia, guard, 73k, attack blocked, and ka-chink. Barely survived, and now I just revealed my over triggers out of the deck, so it's not good for me. Alrighty, I'm gonna ride the grade 4, act Apex-surpassing sword Bastion Prime, ride, and now I call to the rear guard. I move, I call Sparare to the rear guard over here, call, skill plus 5,000 power, and I think that's all I can do for now. No, not yet. I think I'm gonna call Sparare 1 more time over here. Yep, calling it over. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it over here, and that should do it. On to battle phase. First up, my boosted by Pasado, my Alden attacks the the Vanguard Bruce for 28k. Alden skill plus 5,000. Total 33k. The attack goes through and slash. 1 damage. Damage check. Ah, draw trigger. Come on. Fine. Then boosted by Sparare. Pasado attacks the Vanguard. 33k. He guards with a heal trigger. 38k. Attack fails. No problem. Now boosted by Sparare. My Bastion Prime attacks the Vanguard. 28k. Triple drive. He perfect guards. Oh no! He discards a grade 2. Alright, triple drive first. Yes! Draw trigger! I give all effects to Alden. Draw a card. I drew a critical. Second check. Come on, grade 3. Heal trigger. Not bad. I'm going to heal 1 damage. Healing 1, and give power to Pasado. And now the third check. Come on, grade 3, grade 3. Yes, grade 3, just what I needed. The attack fails, but now here comes Bastion Prime skill. I special Soul Blast Bastion Prime from the soul and restand all of my grade 3 rear guards. Power added. Now, boosted by Sparare, Pasado attacks the Vanguard, 63,000 power. The attack goes through and slash. 1 damage, damage check. No trigger, safe. 1 more attack. Wait, hold on. Pasado's skill, counter charge 1 and soul charge 1. No, critical, come on. Fine, boosted by Pasado, go Alden, attacking the Vanguard. His own skill plus 5,000 power. Total 68,000 power to the Vanguard. Yes, the attack goes through and slash. 1 damage, damage check. No trigger, 6 damage, I win. That was a pretty rough fight. I was worried for a little while there, but okie dokie. I didn't get to try the new cards in the deck, but I still managed to eke out a win, so I got win, double trigger, attack 60,000 more power, attack 5 more times in 1 turn, guarded with a 60,000 point shield, 6 turns pass, did a superior call, retired 5 more opposing units, I got 2550 BP, total 48,425 BP, pressing A to go next, leaving the fight and returning to fight menu. back to fight menu, leaving fight menu, and onward to the main menu, now to edit deck menu. And with that, I finish more or less test building the deck, explain the card effects, and test it out in front of you. So first I want to say is that thank you to the viewers watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you all show support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say goodbye and see you all soon.